Have you ever found yourself staring at a command line, wondering how to implement multiple choices for your arguments? It can be a bit tricky, right? If that's you, then stick around because today we're diving into how to handle multiple choices in command line arguments. I totally get it. Trying to figure out how to pass multiple options can be frustrating, especially when you want to keep your command line neat and organized. You're definitely not alone in this struggle. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked, how could a multiple choices argument in the command line be implemented? They want to know how to allow users to choose from a predefined set of options. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, what does this mean? Essentially, you want to allow users to select multiple options from a set list when running your script. This can be done in a couple of ways, and we'll break it down step by step. And don't go anywhere. I've got a handy tip at the end that will make your command line experience even smoother. To implement multiple choices as command line arguments, the user should start by defining the options clearly. For example, they can create a list of available options such as upper, lower, digits, and symbols. Next, the user needs to parse the command line arguments. They can use a library like argparse in Python to handle this efficiently. This library allows for easy definition of expected arguments. After setting up the argument parser, the user should implement logic to handle the selected options. This means checking which options were provided and processing them accordingly. Finally, the user can test their implementation by running the script with different combinations of options. They can use the command line to see how the program responds to various inputs. Fun fact, did you know that the first command line interfaces were developed in the 1960s? They were a far cry from the user-friendly interfaces we have today. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach suggests using the argparse module in Python to handle multiple command line arguments. You can set up a single argument to accept multiple values by using the nargs parameter. This means you can call your script with the command line options separated by spaces, allowing for flexibility in user input. That's the end of that answer. Let's see another perspective. An alternative approach suggested by a user is to utilize an options parser for handling multiple command line arguments. They recommend using libraries like docopt or argparse to simplify the process. Here's that handy tip I promised. Consider using libraries like argparse in Python. They make handling command line arguments a breeze and can simplify your code significantly. And there you have it. You now know how to implement multiple choices in command line arguments. Remember, using the right tools can make your coding life so much easier. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more tips and don't miss our next video where we dive deeper into command line magic.